Strong, who is an expert in the area. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on board.
Thank you for having me, Jimmy. Excited to be talking about movies.
Brilliant. Can you tell our listeners, please, Hannah, a bit about yourself, sort of before we sort of delve into the research?
Yeah, of course. So I am a TV and film critic, a pop culture writer. I've been doing this for a long time now, and yeah, I spend all of my Christmas kind of catching up on what I've missed and showing the films and TV from the year that I love to my family. So this is research very close to my heart.
No, fantastic, and it's really interesting work that you do for sure. And can you tell our listeners a bit more about the research around films these time of year?
Yes, so this is a survey conducted by EE to celebrate the launch of their new streaming service, EE TV, which brings viewers loads and loads of different TV shows and films, and is really flexible and just kind of is a really good way to kind of catch up on the latest and all your kind of favourite shows and films. And the research is to find our favourite Christmas films and to find out which film and TV from 2023 we all loved watching, and the results are quite surprising.
And just on that, Hannah, could you give us an insight into the actual results itself as well? I'm quite curious in terms of what your take on the results. I'm sure listeners want to know what the results are. Can you sort of share them with us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So it turns out that our favourite Christmas movie with 1/3 of the vote was Home Alone, followed very closely by Love Actually and The Grinch, which I think a lot of people probably won't be surprised by because those are really popular films. But I was quite surprised that something like It's a Wonderful Life maybe didn't get more votes, or something like Die Hard, which I think has become so popular as a Christmas or alternate Christmas movie.
No, absolutely. I'm surprised Scrooge didn't get in there, Hannah. I mean, Scrooge was like one of the first Christmas films I sort of watched, or a variation of it, and the Charles Dickens novel, I guess a lot of people are going to watch sort of Home Alone, but I must admit that it's obviously depending on who they ask and that sort of stuff, but yeah, I mean, were you surprised anything else sort of missed out? I mean, what's your take on like one of the Scrooge films? I would have thought they would have been up there somewhere. It's just
Scrooge, Muppets Christmas Carol is probably my favourite of the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol adaptations. Yeah, I mean, I also love like the Santa Claus film with Tim Allen. I think that was one of my favourites as a kid. So there were a couple that I personally love that was I was surprised to not see. But I mean, I do understand Home Alone kind of being the nation's favourite because it is just such a fun family film, and I think particularly for kids maybe who haven't seen it, it's just such a delightful film to show them.
Absolutely. I mean, I was thinking, I'm sort of surprised that higher in the list, I mean, everyone likes a good sort of emotional Christmas film at Christmas time type thing, and there's a lot of them out there, but like you says, I suppose maybe a fun film as well is what people want to watch as well. But speaking of 2023, what's the sort of where do you see things, what's your sort of take on films throughout the year?
Well, we found in our research that Barbie came out as the most popular film character from 2023, which I think, again, might not be a surprise because the film was so big and everywhere you went, it was kind of Barbie fever over the summer. And I really love the film. I think Margot Robbie is so good in that role. So I'm just really happy to see that so many people agree with me about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of them years this year, I suppose. That's been the film that really got a lot of traction, and love it or hate it out there. I mean, obviously it was huge, a massive film, and I suppose that sort of brings us to the future, really. I mean, the year's coming to a close. Have you got any tips for us, Hannah, what to look out for in the new year?
Oh gosh, there's so much coming out in the new year that people should definitely try and watch. There's a film called All of Us Strangers coming out that's really great. A film called Poor Things, which is great. I would definitely recommend as well, coming out at the end of this week, Wonka is a really great one if you're kind of wanting to get into a Christmas mood. Take the family down, get some popcorn, get some drinks. It'll kind of put you in the right frame of mind for Christmas, definitely.
No, absolutely. I've got that on my list of films to see, that's for sure. I mean, if that doesn't get you to the Christmas spirit, I don't know what will, to be fair. Sort of the timing of the film as well. But like you says there's plenty in 24 to look out for? And yourself, just out of interest, I mean, you kind of touched on some of the films that you like. Just for our listeners who are probably interested in what does Hannah watch? What do you sort of enjoy watching yourself? What sort of...
Well, definitely at Christmas, The Muppets Christmas Carol is the big one. My family also, we have pet chickens, so we love watching Chicken Run. I think that's going to be one we're excited to rewatch. And then, of course, there's a sequel coming out at Christmas on Netflix, so I think we're all really excited to watch that as well and catch up with our favourite Aardman chickens.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I'm sure a lot of people agree with that as well, that's for sure. And in terms of people who want to find more about the research or the work that you do, Hannah, can you signpost them anywhere?
Yeah, of course. If you go to ee.co.uk, you can find out all about the research and about EE TV and what they've got to offer you. And then if you want more of my kind of Christmas recommendations, I'm at The Third Han on X/Twitter.
That's brilliant, and I'll definitely sort of check out some of the recommendations there. That's for sure. Being sort of someone who loves their films, that's for sure. So thanks for giving me your time, and have a great day and a fantastic Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. You too, Jimmy.